I'm out here in Miami, and all the people that I meet now, I tell them, I'm conservative. I meet women every day, tell them I'm conservative. No one gives me any bad looks. I would say, which is crazy, in Miami, 6 out of every 10 girls I meet, they're conservative. And it was not like that in the past. It would have been like 2 to 1. And one thing about women, they're followers. If women are becoming conservatives, everyone is. So it's a few of those telltale signs. Someone says the trans issue infuriates me. Shout out to Fastlane. Woke coach, I will not verify your mental disorder. Yeah, it is mental disorder from a lot of points. It is. It's a mental disorder from a lot. But if you just look at regular people, most of them are conservative nowadays. They lean right. I like when I started in 2023, when I was talking to women, I couldn't really even tell them if they didn't know my content on me. I couldn't even tell them like, oh, I'm a conservative. Now it's like I'm proud. Yeah, I'm conservative. Like they don't care. Like it's cool. And so that tells me a lot has truly changed. A lot has truly changed. And another culture that I'm starting to see shift that's outside of conservatism is just the culture of dating. I see dating starting to shift because we're starting to see the end results of bad choices. What do I mean by that? Let me go ahead and crack my neck for this. Oof, crack the arm too. Look, when OnlyFans started, we didn't really have a way to verify the end of the road for OnlyFans stars. We didn't really know the consequences of doing OnlyFans. Now that so much time has passed, we have enough data to go off of to say, well, doing OnlyFans will lead to this future. The only reason why parents could tell their children that gangbanging will lead to death or jail because they've seen it happen enough to validate that that was a likely outcome. When something is a new system, a new industry, a new anything, you don't have enough data to predict. OnlyFans has existed long enough. Social media has existed long enough. Instagram has existed long enough. Podcasts has existed long enough for people to finally decide what the outcomes are of certain choices. Women are now seeing that they could have all the money in the world and be OnlyFans, but they're seeing from women that have gained it all, met every celebrity, had everything they want, and the end of the road isn't that bright. They oftentimes commit suicide. They oftentimes get deep on drugs, and they oftentimes end up outside of a marriage, completely cut off from their families. It typically ends bad. Guess what that's doing? Now that women have data, it's making a lot of women not want OnlyFans. The same can be said about these relationships. A lot of people that have been pushing that BS for the last 8-9 years, you don't need a man. Men, you don't need a woman. We're starting to see the negatives. We see people being lonely. We're seeing the population in America at an all-time low in terms of our birth rates. And that is thanks to years and years and years of people acting outside of their nature. Women constantly acting outside of their nature, having these impossible standards thanks to the internet. It is leading to our own defeat. But the caveat to that is that we're seeing the error of our ways. Women are seeing that, man, I ain't gonna lie. I've seen enough women that have thought like this and don't end up good. Men can say the same thing. And it's allowing for people to start to shift. People are changing their opinions about dating. Women are starting to say, if I'm looking at comments myself, give it 12 years ago, most women were saying they don't need a man. They're going to work. They're going to provide everything for themselves. I am starting to see more and more women begging to submit, begging to play a role, begging to have a man because they've seen the red flags because they have enough data to go off of. I believe truly in America that dating will actually improve opposed to what everyone's saying because we now have data to see that the new way we were trying just didn't work. We see the way that our families, that our parents did it. And a lot of us said, oh, I don't want to be old and miserable with someone that I might not love. So it's calls for us to try to love everyone. That don't work out. We have the data to see that, okay, we're doing it different than our parents, but we're not doing it right. People are starting to try to fall in love again. Not only is woke culture dying, but hoe culture is too. Men are starting to want to get women pregnant again. Women are starting to want to be wives again. because we have enough data to see the end of the road of being the bachelor isn't that pretty. The end of the road of being that young, beautiful woman that's strong and empowered and ain't that pretty. Now, for young men that's watching, you got to make sure you have your assets secured. You know, prenups, things like that, or not even get married through paperwork. But nonetheless, men are starting to yearn for families, yearn for home, because we are seeing so many other people tried and failed. You got to remember, give us 12, 14 years ago, we were all trying for the first time. We were trying a new system in a new world that our parents didn't grow up in. So we wanted to do it different. But we also did it wrong. We have more single mothers. We have broken women. People full of mistakes that's trying to make it right. You see the younger generation correcting every wrong. Drinking consumption is now lower in America than it has been since the prohibition. Because kids are correcting the errors of our ways. They're seeing our wrongs. They're making it right. Women are starting to give up whore culture. Doesn't mean they're stop being whores, because women are confusing creatures. A woman can genuinely love you and find something that is more powerful, that makes her feel more protected, or even makes her feel more vulnerable than you in that moment. And she might make a mistake with that new man, because just the way women are. So women could always be whores, but whore culture as a whole is dying. And I'm saying that because women we're starting to see women get shunned again for cheating. Hell, I remember it was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, sneaky link culture was the #1 topic on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Everyone's talking about sneaky links. My sneaky link this, my sneaky link that. Now people are saying it's childish. It's ignorant. It's trash to be that way. Things are changing. I don't know why people can't see it. America is changing in so many ways. We are getting healed. The same can be said with religion. Do you guys remember the spiritual trend during the 2010s and 2015s? I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. I'm not Christian, I'm spiritual. I want the universe. Them niggas are leaving that alone and going back to Christ. Things are getting readjusted. And it's so easy for us because we work so hard, 9 to 5, the bills. It's so easy for us to look ahead and not see what's around us. This country is changing. This country is changing. It's becoming more Christian. It's becoming more nuclear family pod. It's becoming less woke. Check what the chat got to say. Problem is, women want to get pregnant, then a divorce, take half your wealth. Yes, they do. But I do believe that culture is starting to die. Because women are starting to see, even those women that are successful with that, end up fucking miserable. People don't go wife those girls. No one's wifing up Kim Kardashian. Women have the data now. So when Kim Kardashian was moving like Kim Kardashian in the past, we didn't have data to know how it was going to end. So why wouldn't a woman want to be Kim? You couldn't really tell a woman why she shouldn't be Kim, because Kim was winning. Kim's not winning. So now you could tell a girl, you don't want to be Kim Kardashian. This is why. The same can be said with millions of women. We see what has happened to their lives and their careers. It's not pretty. Women see it. They're trying to avoid it. Nobody wants to be the next failure. Oh, my mic has a small static. Hold on. Hey, does my mic still have a small static? If you guys hear me, do I have a static still in my mic? I just got that message. I got that message at like 9:50, man. I got that super late. Oh, mic is good. He says it's been like that the whole time. You guys got to give me a help, man. I got the whole amp right here. I could have. Let me see if I can fix this. We can get this. I can get this perfect, y'all, bro. Yeah, y'all just let me know if it's ever some problem with the mic. Let me see if I fix it. It should be a little bit better. Let's see. Should be. But I got the amp right here, man. I'll figure out what's going on. But I don't know about how everyone else has been experiencing with dating. I mean, it's pretty trash, but I do see improvement. I know there's a lot of doomer content like, oh, these 304s will never get better, this and that. Look, women are women. Like I said, they're like a leaf in a wind. They change with the times. They change with the currents. But being a wife is starting to be popular. If I'm wrong, women correct me. That whole culture is starting to die out. You can even see it in the music. Whole type strip type music isn't even as popular as it was. People like the City Girls, their music ain't selling no more. Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red starting to have trouble because women are getting burnt out. They're tired of being something they don't want to be. They want to be laid up. We've done it long enough the wrong way. Like I said, we have data to validate what we have been doing has been wrong as hell. Now, when we first came into this world all together, us millennials, Generation Z, we didn't have the data. We only had the data that our parents had, and we knew it didn't work. We knew a lot of them were depressed. We knew a lot of them were miserable. We knew a lot of them stayed in marriages where women were getting beat on. We wanted to correct those mistakes, but as a humans, as a species, as a nation, we evolved. We didn't do it right. We had too many sneaky links. We had too much instant gratification. We had created a culture of, I got options, I don't need you. And look what it's led to. Us having no options when we need them. I'm 31. If I was to have a heart attack, there's a good chance I'm going to die. Why is that? There's no one in my house to protect me. My dog won't be able to do shit but lick on my face and mourn when I finally leave. We need to have someone there. We need to have someone there. Having that wife there that can protect you and call the ambulance and protect and get everything handled and make sure you're good, that's what we should be working for. Have some type of person that can protect you and help you see it through the end. Shout out to Pepe, man. Appreciate you for joining. Hopefully you can join the next stream that I'm going to do on Wednesday. But people are starting to see the importance of having someone because we've been lonely long enough. Now, when we were young, entering the world, graduating college, we're like, I don't want to be like my parents. I don't want to be a drunk. I don't want to be a woman beater. I don't want to be all these things. Well, we've grown up. We've tried it the other way, and we say it didn't work out. Now, most of us are at the age that our parents had us without no kids. My dad had me at 30 years old. I'm 31. I have no kids. I already messed up. If I was trying to follow his footsteps with building a family. Most millennials are doing the same thing. Most of us, my dad was already married and everything by this point. Found his wife, almost got married once, already married. But my story is a normal one. 31-year-old male without kids and a wife. In the past, you would have been viewed as a psychopath. You're 31 with no kids and wife? You must be crazy, nigga. But in 2025, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you're a psychopath and you can't function in love. I've only had, 4 girlfriends in my whole life. So it's not like I'm dating multiple times. I'm very conservative with my choices of love. But I've been so afraid to go out there and give my heart because of this culture that we in, that culture that we had, that sneaky link culture that I have options. Like, bro, our culture got so bad and corrupt that some of the biggest tweets on Twitter is telling men never to open her phone. What type of world are we in? Well, we're telling men to be happy to not look through your girl phone. We normalized whole culture. And yeah, it has some negatives that we are currently dealing with. And since we're dealing with the negatives, people are starting to try alternate routes. So I don't see whole culture lasting for long. I truly do see marriages coming back up, woke culture dying. I see women playing their positions. I see men even starting to court women again. Hey, I've been right about the woke stuff. I could be right about the relationships. I'm pretty good at seeing trends, man. I'm not God. I'm not a prophet, but I'm good at seeing trends and giving my own perception on my predictions. And I come with data. And I can see men start courting women again. Open the doors for them. Open your doors for them. Tell them they're beautiful. Actually giving them trust. Actually taking them out on dates. I can actually see a world where we go on dates and take pictures of the person we dating and not just their hands. I could see a new, beautiful world coming because we've done it wrong for so long. You remember how I started this off? How you need darkness? How light needs darkness? Well, we needed whole culture for us to see the importance of marriage. We couldn't understand how important marriage was. When all of our parents were getting married, when all of our aunties and uncles was getting married, when it was a standard to get married at 23, 24, we couldn't understand how important love and marriage was. But now that we're in a desolated world that is heartless, that we're fucking on each other. We're cheating on each other. We're giving everyone STDs. We're fucking everything up. We're starting to see that, oh my God, marriage holds a place in my heart. You don't understand what you don't have until it's gone. So we see now more than our parents the importance of marriage. Since we see the importance of marriage, it's going to shift. I do see marriages at later ages. There's going to be more marriages in the 30s than any of the other generations. I can see that because we're all getting to the point now. We're about to switch up. Anyone that's like 25 and up, they're getting ready to settle down and do it the right way. It's like a whole huge generational shift. I don't see if you guys see that. Bong says 27 if F with a job and wife. But as soon as I man the F up, it might change. Look. So what are you saying, Bong? Are you saying you're 27 and you don't have a job and wife? Don't feel like you late, Bong. I was 28 when I blew up on the internet. You got a year to literally just have something amazing happen and change your life. I was struggling like most of my life, working hard for this point. I just needed that one moment. I always had the talent, I always had the charisma, I always had the passion, but I did not have the platform. That platform could be coming to you at any time. I know individuals that do it at 40. I don't know what your goal is, but you say you got to man up. You sitting here telling me what you got to do. You can do it. There's not many people that even know they need to do something. They just sit in what they are and never evolve, never grow. If you say there's something you need to do, Bong, you can do that. If I could do it, man, you can do it at any time. You can do it. You can get your wife, but don't rush to it. I believe there's more women that's going to be out there. I believe more women are going to try to avoid the mistakes of women like Kim Kardashian, of women like all these other models, Instagram models, and these now OnlyFans models, because we have data to what happens at the end of the tunnel. You got to remember, social media was new not too long ago. OnlyFans was new not too long ago. All these new systems, we didn't have enough data to know what to avoid. We have more than enough now. We have more than enough now. So we know what we should and shouldn't do. Appreciate the chat, man. Guys, got to keep the chats up. I love the chats. As long as we keep our chats, we able to flow, and it just really does help the conversation. So, looking at Fast Lane, you 38. You said I'm screwed. My problem is I live in Washington State. In the middle of purple-haired liberals, all the Trump women are married with kids. So you 38. Bro, fly your wife out. You could find you a wife, outside of your state. But 9 out of 10, it might not be a conservative woman on the internet. She could be in the right locations. You ain't going to typically find a conservative woman most of the times at a rave. But you 38, brother. Who cares? You can date down. I'm already talking about how women are starting to be conservative. You can go down some ages, bro, and get someone that's more open-minded on conservatism, because that's the culture now. If you talking to someone that's 35 and ain't willing to change because she came from the liberal era, then talk to someone that's 25 that's coming from the new conservative era. Shit ain't illegal. I don't give a fuck. I get tired. People be mad when a 38-year-old man can talk to a 25, 24-year-old woman. I don't give a fuck about that, because we need to be happy before the casket is closed. Like, even on Judgment Day, he's going to judge you, not me. He's going to judge you for the stuff that you do. So live for you. Be happy. Don't have so many restrictions. Change your expectations of where to find women. You ain't screwed, bro. There's a lot of people that find love in their 40s. You're not screwed. And you got to understand the importance of power, the power of our words. They proved through the water experiment that our words can affect water. When you say the words, I hate you, to water, it disrupts it. But if you say love you and say love, peace, prosperity, all these positive words to water, it actually harmonizes and makes like snowflakes. Our body, I believe, is like 60, 70% water. If we are able to affect water with our words, what is it doing to our bloodstream? So you got to be very careful on what things you say. You're 38. You're not screwed. You're 38. You're evolving. You can't Speak these things to existence. There's power in our words. Nobody's watching this is screwed. Nobody. Nobody. There's people that make it at 60, 70, find love at these ages. What God has for you ain't for nobody else. But it's so easy for us to look at other people. I'm 31. Let's say I found love this year and I get married next year. People gonna look at me and say, damn, Dom was able to find love at 32. Here I am, 35. Well, that's for me. Because Dom was looking at people that was 25 and said, damn, they found love at 25. Well, that's for them. It's so easy for us to look at what God has for someone else. That's not for you. So don't be discouraged if you're 38 and ain't got a family yet. That's for you. And sometimes it's also could be personal growth we need to make, some flaws that we need to find, some insecurities we can fix. But a lot of times it's our journey. We can complete that. You're not screwed. You got time. You got breath. You got breath in your body, man. I'm telling you now. I've always been hopeful. I'm going to tell y'all something I never said. I went into debt before I got this clout because I truly believed I was going to make it. I did. I was in debt because I thought I was going to make it. I was like, if I'm not going to live this life, I don't want to live. I kept getting loans, doing all these things because I was like, if I don't make it, I'm not going to make it. I even moved to Nashville without no money. I took all these risks because I'm like, if I don't have that life, I'm not living. I would rather risk it all and die than not risk anything and barely live. It's not for everyone. And it took me 28 years of hard work. I was a VP of a record label. I started up my own clothing line 3 times, 3 different clothing lines. I started a credit repair business. I'm not been in the streets, allegedly sold drugs, allegedly did other stuff I don't want to talk about on camera. I've done a lot and I never had made it. It took 28 years. If you would have told me, and guys, I wanted to make it for a long time. Ever since I was like 12, I wanted to be a star. I'm still not a star yet. But nonetheless, I always wanted some type of glitz and glamour. And if you would have told a 12-year-old me that, dude, you're not going to make it to 28, I would have been discouraged. I'd have been distraught. But God damn it, I would be lying to y'all if I don't say it feels good when I finally made it. It felt amazing. But I'm not going to lie to you. Those 28 years is hard. So I'm not going to be one of those people be hypocritical and make it seem like, oh, guys, just push through it. You're going to get through it. I was miserable in debt, living check to check. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I hate when people make it seem like just push through. I was miserable. But I can tell you, when it did happen, man, it washed away everything. You can be miserable for, you know how it seems like the bad always outweighs the good, y'all? Like you can do all this good and the bad outdo it. Like you can clean up a whole house, right? And I could just bring in a bucket of paint and just throw that shit. I'll fuck up your whole house. That's how life feels. No matter how hard you try, negativity outweighs it. But I tell you one thing. If you're working for something and you're working hard for your dreams like I did, and it takes you a long time to get there, it will wash and absolve everything. I don't care if your ex cheated on you. I don't care if you went homeless. I don't care what happened. When you reach it, it's a feeling unlike anything before. Everything is forgiven. So it's worth it. I was miserable, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. The more miserable you are, the better it's going to be when you get that. If that's marriage that you want, if it's money you want, fame you want, when you get it, and you're going to get it, you just got to work for it. Like my Instagram. My Instagram right now has like 60K followers. It's growing faster than my YouTube and my Twitch and my TikTok. Do you know why? Because I'm posting on Instagram every day. That's all it is. It's not that my content is better. My Twitch would have more views, more followers, more people talking in the chat if I worked more, if I post more. You just got to keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. Because God is real. That's the way he works. He needs us to keep at it. He's keeping track of who's working. He gets a blessing today. He gets a blessing today. My blessing was that day when I was 28 because I was working that day. Faith without works is pointless. He only chose me because I was working that day. If I was clocked out, my blessing would have been given to someone else that was more deserving. So keep working for your goal. If it's a wife or whatever, better yourself. Read books. Learn about the things women might like that you might have gotten complaints about. There's some things about us we can't change. Can't change our height. Well, yes, we can now if we got enough money, but you're gonna be out of commission. You can't change your penis size. Well, yes, you can now, but I mean that costs money. Well, damn, we can about change anything. But who the fuck is about to spend $12,000 on their dick and like $20,000 to get tall? Niggas ain't about to spend that money. So look, we work with what we got. Whatever you have, you work with it and believe that God has something that's there for you and have that confidence that what is for you is for you. Whatever you have that's inadequate, that you think that you're lacking, that's because there's something specifically for you that ain't meant for no one else. And there's someone that's into that. He has a plan for everyone. And I'm sorry if I'm forcing my religion on anyone. I want to apologize. I do not like to force my religion on people. And I have to like catch myself because I get a little bit too religious if you notice too fast. But I do believe there's a plan for everyone that's out here. I do. And I get emotional about this because I just hate to see people give up hope. Man, I do, man. I hate that. That's one of the things that made me so big on the internet because I came in a time in 2023 where people were somewhat hopeless. Thought Trump couldn't win. Talking about Ron DeSantis possibly winning. Thinking that the pedos was going to win and everything. People were super depressed. People were hopeless. I came in a time where people say I was a hopeful voice. That's just who I am. I am ambitious. I'm hopeful. There's hope for all of us. If I can make it, and I hated hearing this when I was broke as fuck. Lord, did I hate hearing this. If I can make it, you can too. It's like, I hated that, but sorry. If I can make it, you can too. Because, dude, I was always watching people saying, if I can make it, you can too. It's true. When it happens for good. That's one thing you can think about. Whatever you guys are working for, even if it's marriage, whatever it is you want. If you want to be a skydiver someday, you want to jump out of a plane. Let's say you've worked your whole life to want to jump out of a plane. Do you know once you jump out of a plane, that's it? So cherish the journey. I find myself thinking every day, I say, God damn, life is kind of boring. I used to always want to be an influencer. I used to want to go to the White House. I used to want to be around Trump. Now I got to do the things. I'm be honest, I feel empty, y'all. Because I worked my whole life to get there. And I found out I based my whole life on materials, fame, and money. And I got there all within 2 years. It's nothing. And I'm like, I'm so empty. God, I'm so empty. I've bought it all. I've experienced it all. Like, what's next? I'm like, I'm so fucking empty inside. Like, I get to go to the White House. I get to go to Trump House. But I base my life on these things. And once you get there, it's like, I have no purpose. I made my accomplishments. So I'm telling you guys, although it might seem like it's a long road, when you're done, you're going to start questioning. I might have been all right. Would it been a little bit longer? You'll start lying to yourself. You'll forget how miserable you were because you get so used to that new life. You just get empty. The more that you accomplish stuff. I wanted the Corvette. I wanted a nice car. Now I used to get in the car. I only got it like a month ago. I used to get in my car and just go drive Coconut Grove or something. Just go drive. Might go to Hobie Island or something. Just to go drive. Now I'm only going to use my car for regular reasons. Because now it's just a car. It's just a car. So everything it gets empty. You can have your goals. You want a Lamborghini, get your Lamborghini. But please believe after 2 weeks, 2, 3, 5 weeks, it's just a Lamborghini. It's just a car. It goes from being a Lamborghini to, oh, now it's a coupe. And it goes from a coupe to it's just a sports car. And it goes from just a sports car to, oh, that's just my car. Then it goes from just my car to I can't wait to get rid of this piece of shit. No matter how amazing your dream is, when you obtain it, it gets dull. I was talking with one of the people at the White House, Fast Lane, about traveling. I'll keep you guys updated on that. I'm actually working on heading back to Washington very soon and do some collabs. So I am planning on, entering back to the White House. If you guys don't know, I've been doing a lot in Miami. And just really this month, I've entered back into politics and open arms. So you guys will definitely start seeing me more through politics. The old content that you used to like. I'm back. Dude, I'm back. It took me some time. I went through a lot of mental reconstruction, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of things that I went through last year. We'll talk about that more and more. And it took me some time to, get back into who I am. Sometimes we can lose ourselves. I even had to start reading my old tweets and be like, damn, I miss that guy. You've been selected to be exposed. I was like, I miss that motherfucker, man. He was cool. He was hungry. I got too full. I got too used to this shit. I started wondering, if I expose this person, I don't know who they know. I don't know if I might piss off their friend and they my friends. Fuck all that. I'm back. Nigga, you getting exposed. I don't give a fuck because that's what people love. I can't sit here and become a part of the system. I can't. And that's what was happening this year. I was starting to be the system. I was afraid of saying stuff. I don't want to piss off the Trump administration. I don't want to piss off these people. I don't want to piss off this society. I don't want to piss off this PR firm. Fuck all that. People want the truth. Yeah, nigga, someone gonna get exposed. We back. We back. This is what I do. We're gonna be bringing some good ass content. I'm gonna keep y'all guys updated. And what's different now, we're on video. So we gonna hit them boys in 3D. We're gonna do it in person. We can do it through the tweets. We can do it through the videos. But I hope this has been enjoyable. If you guys can't tell, man, the more I talk, the more I'm getting used to talking on camera. I really enjoy this. I really like this new style better than me just like going through the news, video to video. Like I said, I like selling personality a lot more. And I like being more personal with y'all to give y'all more insights on me. What city should Trump clean up next? Chicago, nigga. I shot a documentary in Chicago last year. It was called Chicago, the New Venezuela. Trump need to take his black ass to Chicago and clean them folks up ASAP. It is hell on earth down there. And they have the worst zoning. I was just talking to my best friend Malachi about it. They have the worst zoning in the United States. Chicago, man, look, there's so many problems with Chicago. You know how they say the CIA drops off drugs and guns in the hoods? Well, that shit really happened in Chicago. Every year, there's a train full of fully automated weapons that rides through the hoods of Chicago and parks their carts at night. This train get hits every fucking year. Yet they continue to stop it in the neighborhood of Chicago and allow the kids to come get these fully automated weapons. That's some CIA shit. Jussie Smollett. And I know you guys thinking like, what the fuck this come from? What does Jussie Smollett got to do with any of this? Jussie Smollett chose to put a noose on his neck and get rustled around by two swole ass African niggas in Chicago for one specific reason. Chicago is the most corrupt city in the United States. Jussie Smollett knew if he had any chance to push fake propaganda, it was in Chicago because of the way their politics is run. Michelle Obama was able to make a phone call and get that nigga out of jail. Can you believe that? Michelle Obama. What the fuck does Michelle Obama have to do with Jussie Smollett? Michelle Obama was with the people trying to take down Donald Trump. So through that political propaganda, if it would have been a big story, it could have helped lose Trump the ability to win the election. You see, Chicago isn't a city. It's a political landmine. There's a reason why they want so many blacks to kill blacks and they let them out of prison as fast as they do. Because Chicago, for it to exist, it validates that niggas still ain't shit. It's a completely political city. Anything that's LGBT, the sanctuary cities where they bring in all of the migrants, anything that's liberal, anything that's propaganda, it exists in Chicago. Chicago is no longer a city. It is a political propagandist state. They've lost their identity. Chicago is not America. Chicago also has some of the most mysterious deaths of like police officers and government officials. Oh, you're a government official? You'll get your ass killed in Chicago. And also, people that travel to Chicago get killed a lot. A lot of government officials assassinated. There's a lot of problems with Chicago. It's just not legitimate. They are intentionally dropping guns off to these ignorant niggas, and they intentionally letting their ass out. There was a nigga, I'm going to tell y'all how bad Chicago is. There was a nigga that recently killed a rapper like a year ago. Not recently, but a year and a half ago. And they went through his record, And they said, well, it's unfortunate because an individual has shot up a bowling alley about 5 months ago. I'm thinking, what the fucking... You telling me a nigga can shoot up a fucking bowling alley and have the opportunity to kill a nigga the same year? Bro. What type of dumb shit is that? Who would allow a nigga to gun down a bowling alley and say, hey, give him a slap on the wrist, young man? I know you didn't mean to gun down a bowling alley. I know it's psychotic. I know it's mass murderer like energy. But I tell you what, Jamal, I have faith in you. Now, Jamal, I need you to leave out of this jail, and I need you to follow the law. Jamal, I know you tried to kill about 15 people, but I trust that you won't try to kill one when we let you out. They let the nigga out, and he killed a rapper. Only in Chicago. The fuck are you thinking? Of course Jamal's going to go kill another nigga. He tried to kill 15. Bro, this is intentional. Chicago is controlled chaos. It's controlled mayhem. It's not random. It's intentional. That city is cooked. That city is fucking cooked. All right. I've had some fun. See what's going on now. So, guys, I'm going to do my stream on Wednesday. Shout out to JD City Hill. Shout out to Fastlane, Bong, and all of my other chatters. I need you guys to keep coming in, bringing these chats in, because we're going to keep growing this. And even when I start having more chats and they start flushing down, I'm still going to remember y'all. Y'all day ones, we're going to stay locked in throughout this whole process. Because, you know, when the streams start to grow, you start to get so many chats you can't keep up. Dark Uncle, you said I got the same name as the guy that got shot on Facebook Live. I thought that was crazy. That's crazy, dude. That is crazy. Yeah, but I'll be live streaming on the 305, Mr. Organic, Fresh, of course, and possibly Goldie tomorrow. Should have another fun episode. After that, I will be back on Twitch. And like I said, I'm getting ready to start doing like 2 live streams instead of just 1 a day. I know I'm doing them at like 7 p.m. now. Y'all been rocking out with me on that. Super appreciative of it. But I want to start streaming more and more. I don't know if I should do 2 a day, 3 a days, or just start pressing record. But since I'm still growing, the best way to do it is to see if y'all rocking with this. We can grow, start getting to about 20 average chat, or at least 20 average live viewers per video. And then I'll start seeing if I do it more. But just like a business that needs sales to start seeing if they need more product for the demand, the more we get views, subscribers, I'll know that I need to drop more content. And dude, I really appreciate that, Fastlane. Seriously, you got Twitch just because you saw it on X. I would like to post on X live, and I think that would be good content for Wednesday for me to break down why I chose Twitch over X. Because I mean, honestly, guys, I got 1.5 million on X. I could have like 12K live viewers right now, but I'm choosing to have 12.9 on Twitch for a reason. We'll go into that. I think it'll be very interesting. And I'll be honest, when I used to watch creators, like choosing certain platforms, when they have a major platform, I used to be super confused, and I used to wish someone could explain that to me. So please remind me on Wednesday. I'll break that down. We'll get back into this. I'm going to have to clip this up, get it ready for the tube, and we do this again, man. Appreciate you guys. All love. Engage with me on X. Engage with me on Twitch. Engage with me on Instagram until we break the next narrative. And you say you pay for Rumble. I'll have to start dropping on Rumble too. But this has been a W stream, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for letting me vent, pouring my heart out, man. You know, I stopped going to therapy, so this is my therapy now. I said I got my people. I don't need therapy. We're going to do this together. Thank you, guys. God bless. W stream. W chat. See you guys.